The legendary Ender Dragon has been the best pet for the Mage class for a very long time, since it's the only pet that gives a lot of intelligence. But what if I tell you that there's a pet better than the legendary Ender Dragon for Mage, and it's more than 100 times cheaper? If you enjoy this type of content and you want to watch more dungeon or endgame content, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Only 4.9% of you guys are subscribed, so it'll mean the world to me if you go down there and click the subscribe button. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So recently, Hypixel added a new stat called the ability damage, and you get ability damage by leveling up your enchanting or equipping a certain pet. This stat completely destroys the Ender Dragon in terms of damage in both dungeons and in the overworld. And you might be wondering what the pet is. It's the sheep pet. Almost all of us have that pet in our pets menu, and if you don't, it only costs 4.5 mil for a level 100 legendary in the auction house right now. So let's get straight to the damage testing. For the damage test, I'll be using Wither Goggles with 3/4 Storm Armor, and it's all recommed and 5-star for the max damage, and I'll be using 3 main major weapons to test: a fully maxed Midas Staff, a Hyperion, and a Spirit Scepter. Let's get straight into dungeons. After seeing the numbers, you can see that the sheep pet is better than the Ender Dragon for damage in most scenarios. The difference between the two pets are even more apparent in the overworld. The sheep does around 100k more damage than the Ender Dragon in the overworld, and it's almost up to 1 million in dungeons. Although my Ender Dragon pet's only level 95, it's only at 0.5% stat increase, so it won't make that big of a difference. There are a few downsides of using a sheep pet though. You lose a bunch of health and defense, but you get way more damage and a lower ability cost. So, is the sheep pet really better? The answer is yes. You do more damage and the ability cost is much lower. The price of the sheep pet is also much cheaper than the 100 Ender Dragon as well. If you're a late game mage, I recommend buying a sheep pet.